Don't worry. Don't worry. You're going to get the chance to watch the Illini this year. They're going to go deep into the tournament.
Oh, let's hope. Let's hope.
That's all I'm saying is he'll get chances 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 times in the NCAA tournament to watch the Illini play.
Great.
That's the hope, anyway.
That's the hope. That's always our hope.
That's exactly right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, here on this beautiful, let's take your name off of there since that's not you anymore, on this beautiful Monday, November 6th. Not a lot going on, but a few things up in Effingham County can tell you about. The Chamber Destinations Travel Program up in Effingham County is going to host an informational meeting tonight at 5 p.m. This is going to be at the First Baptist Church at Effingham. This is all about the Chamber Destinations Travel Program, upcoming international trip to Iceland's magical Northern Lights. A representative from Colette, a world premier travel company, will be present to talk about Iceland's magical Northern Lights. The trip details, you might want to do this. Keep this to you. Keep listening here. You never knew. Have you ever been to Iceland?
No, but my daughter Helen and her husband Brent went there on our honeymoon.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
I got a coffee mug. Does that count?
No. That doesn't really seem like beachfront,
no.
honeymoon.
No, it doesn't.
We're not here to judge, are we?
No.
We are absolutely not. This is a round trip. It's September 30th to October 6th of next year. 7 days, 11 meals, round trip group transportation from Effingham to Chicago O'Hare, and then round trip from O'Hare along with taxes, fees, hotel transfers. Experience the land of fire and ice. Chase the aurora borealis across the ethereal wonderland. In the dark of night, search for the northern lights as you drift along on an evening starlit cruise. Travel the Golden Circle, home to renowned national wonders, and spend time at the... now I'm going to start talking about the things here that I don't know how to pronounce. Like,
I thought you were doing a great job up to this point.
I was doing really well. I was very proud of how I was doing. Thingvelin. The Thingvelin National Park, as well as gaze at the Gullfoss waterfall and see the explosive geothermal fields at Geyser, Geysir. Is that Geyser? Geyser?
Might be Geyser.
You think it's Geyser?
Well, you got Old Faithful Geyser. And then like in Yellowstone?
Yeah, it's a geyser, but I mean, do they say it differently in Icelandic? Explore Skoger Mountain and see traditional turf-built homes. Walk on a black volcanic sand beach. There's probably where your daughter went, the volcanic sand beach.
There you go.
That seems like a real party.
In 50-degree weather.
Here's the problem. See Jokul Sarlon Glacial Lagoon, filled with floating icebergs. That's fun. Relax in the warm, mineral-rich water of the Blue Lagoon. Spend your days surrounded by natural wonders and your nights in search of the exclusive and elusive dancing lights. All that is, again, at the... it's going to be at the First Baptist Church in Effingham at 5 o'clock today. 5 o'clock today. What else going on today? Also in Effingham, this is a nice honor for folks from the World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam. It's a flightless honor flight. Basically, this is when they set up they aren't setting up the trip, but they're doing all kinds of nice things for you. Again, this is at the Effingham Senior Services Activity Center, and they appreciate all of that our veterans have done for our Veterans Day. Of course, is let's see, this is Monday. That means Veterans Day is this upcoming Saturday, right?
Yeah. Yes. Friday we celebrate.
You guys get Friday off too, right? If you're making plans to make your cable payment or something, do it before Friday, because the 10th we're going to be out. You guys aren't going to be in school either, right?
No.
See, we were going to shoot this show on the 10th, but I'm not working. He's not.
I got practice.
You got practice?
Oh yeah.
you just can't stop. You got to get those kids better, don't you?
We do.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. What else going on today, ladies and gentlemen? Get ready. November 6th is National Nachos Day. National Nachos Day. This recognizes a snack favorite at sporting events across the country. In their purest form, nachos are tortilla chips covered in nacho cheese, queso, or other melted cheese, and served with salsa. First created sometime. When do you? What decade? Let you pick a decade. What decade would you think that nachos were first created in the Northern Hemisphere? Actually,
The 70s.
Mexico. You'd have thought that. 1943. 1943. History tells us that Ignacio Nacho Amaya created the original nachos in 1943. That might be what he made. According to his son, Nacho was the maitre d' at the El Moderno restaurant in Piedras Negras. One evening after the kitchen staff had left, a group of U.S. Army wives stationed at Fort Duncan in Eagle Pass came to the restaurant. After a long day of shopping, they were hungry, asked for a snack. Anaya prepared some tostadas cut into triangles. After topping them with shredded cheese and sliced jalapenos, he heated the dish in the oven. They were such a hit with the Army wives, they named the snack Nachos Special before he could make another. Wouldn't that be cool?
That was.
To be basically, to have maybe it's one of the most popular snacks in the history of the world named after you. The Phil.
But they got the Philly.
Yeah, you got
That's
not you?
No, it's not me.
There's no such thing as the Bruce sandwich. At least you got the Philly. That's pretty good. I mean, you could probably, you're probably able to outsmart your kids till they were 3 or 4. I didn't realize that sandwich.
That's me.
There you go. I like it. I like it a lot. So today's National Nacho Day. What else going on today, ladies and gentlemen? This is Saxophone Day. National Saxophone Day celebrates the birth of the inventor Adolph Sax on November 6th. Back in 1814, he invented many musical instruments, including the saxophone. He also constructed saxophones in several sizes. In 1846, he received a 15-year patent for his instrument. The patent encompassed 14 different versions of the fundamental design, split into 2 categories of 7 instruments each, and ranging from soprano to contrabass. The patent, after it expired in 1866, several saxophonists and instrument manufacturers implemented their own improvements to the original design, as well as to try to make the keys work better. Did you ever play a saxophone growing up? Did you play I know you're a singer. I didn't know if you ever played musical instruments.
My brother Greg played the saxophone.
Really?
He played the bass sax. So
did he play with the band?
Yeah, we were in band. We were in Clay City band with Mr. Gienler.
Yeah.
Back to Clay City days, and then we came to Flora and played for Mr. Penry. And
I meant, did you ever bring it in with the Leib, the gospel singers band? That'd be pretty cool.
No.
You didn't invite him?
No.
It really
That wasn't his forte.
but it was really, saxophone really probably isn't the instrument you invite to a gospel band.
No. I mean, but I don't know where you would have set, maybe classical or.
No, rock and roll, basically.
Rock and roll?
Yeah, more a saxophone thing. What else going on? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week. Starts today, even though dogs and cats are some of the most beloved pets in the United States. Pet homelessness remains a huge problem. There are about 70 million stray animals in the U.S. Up to 8 million of these animals end up in shelters. 3,500 animal shelters in the country. It's at these shelters that pets receive a second chance. According to the ASPCA, over 3 million shelter animals are adopted each year. Many shelters are nonprofit. That means they depend on donations and grants to stay open, and this is the good time, folks, for you to make a donation or do something to help your local animal shelter. Around here, you've got Clay County CCARS, right, as well as what, For a Good Paws.
For Good Paws, yep.
All kinds of good stuff. What do you want to see on television this evening on this Monday night? Folks, it is the NFL football season getting underway, or well underway.
Yeah.
The LA Chargers at the New York Jets tonight. That's on ESPN Channel 601. NBA basketball about a week and a half in. Utah is at Chicago. That's on NBC Sports Chicago, Channel 643. Hockey, the Blackhawks at the Coyotes as well, and that's at 9 o'clock tonight. And finally, NCAA basketball season. First night of NCAA basketball season. There's a bunch of games going on. I'm only bringing two up to you. At 5:30 today on the Big Ten Network, Channel 600, Samford, the Bulldogs, will be up trying to take it to the Purdue Boilermakers. Number 3, Purdue Boilermakers. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. Good luck, Sanford.
Good luck.
Sanford.
That's Sanford, yeah.
Sanford.
Different one.
Yeah.
And then that'll be followed by James Madison up at Michigan State.
Oh,
So you're getting the number 3 and the number 4 team in the country on the first night.
wow.
They're just not playing each other.
No. They'll get enough of each other this season.
Yeah, it'll be like it might be a glorified practice, but who knows? He might have some issues. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Phil Leib is here. We're going to talk Flora basketball. We'll do that right after these words. Do stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chapman's Furniture has the best prices every day. You can find them open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5 and located at 210, 300, and 306 West Main Street in Salem. Chapman's features a full line of furniture, including Ashley Furniture, bedding by Sealy and Bimco, and the largest selection of rugs in Southern Illinois. They have a huge selection of recliners, including lift and power, and wallpaper and border in stock at closeout prices. Call 618-548-2221 for the best price around.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Ladies and gentlemen, where are we at on this one? I'm gonna switch over to this one. What do you think, Phil? Let's go to that one instead. Yeah, there we go. Makes us both look thinner. You're already pretty thin, though. I mean,
It's harder and harder.
is it getting harder?
Oh, boy.
Well, you're not getting any younger, Phil.
Oh, and I still like to eat.
We have been doing this show now for 5 or 6 years.
We have.
And you're having a good time, right?
Every time I come,
The
come
worst
up here.
the worst part for you is now you're as old as I was when I started interviewing you. Now you've reached my age and past it,
Wow.
or at least at that time. I kept going too.
There you go.
Yeah. Phil Leib is here. He's the Flora High School basketball coach, and I tell you what, it couldn't be more fun with basketball season upcoming, folks. What is the first thing? Okay, school starts in August.
Yep.
And you teach. You're having a good time. What is the first thing that makes you think, oh, it's basketball season? The time has come.
The first,
Do you know?
the first cold weather.
It's like last week.
Like last week. I mean that first frost. Last week is like it's about time for basketball. So
The cold weather hit. See, now that's the thing. You learned playing outside.
Yeah.
And kids played outside. I got to tell you, I played outside as a kid too. I thought it was a lot more fun playing outside in the cold weather. Well, not really cold weather, but autumn weather.
Yeah.
Because if you don't sweat as much.
no. Absolutely, I agree. And we didn't think about hydration back then.
No.
It's like, oh, yeah.
If somebody had a hose, if there was a neighbor at the basketball at the park, if there was a neighbor at the park and they had a hose on the side of the house, you could walk up to the house, just start pouring the water. People usually didn't mind.
No.
And if they did, there's another house right next door.
And think of all the nutritional value we get in iron and the minerals from that hose.
Magnesium,
just helps us today.
iron, rubber, all kinds of fancy hose water. But the kids, the players, they probably you probably did all kinds of stuff over the summer with the players, right? Or did you have all kinds of tournaments?
Yeah, we had we have our camp, and then we have next 4 weeks. We play anywhere between 5 to 8 games a week. Depends on where we go as far as how many shootouts we go to. So we end up playing, I think, about 25 games in the month of June. Mm-hmm. And then
oh, really? You do all that just in
June? And we have every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday we'd lift in the morning or in the afternoon. That way they'd have an option. They'd lift and also have skill development. So some kids would come in, twice a day, and then in addition to playing all those games. And then we have a strength and conditioning coach, Jake Strongfellow, I think is his name. Anyway,
That's a great name.
Strongfellow.
I know, that's a great name for a strength and conditioning coach.
I couldn't ask for a better name.
That is a perfect name.
And it's probably wrong, but that's okay. It's Jake.
Jake does a great job.
He does. And he extended that into July as far as the kids that wanted to lift, and some kids took advantage of that. And then really we just tried to get away from basketball in July and in August. I mean, I got kids.
We got kids playing football.
Yeah, kids playing football. But we had 10 kids just ready to get in the gym. And
No kidding.
I said, you guys, let's wait till after Labor Day. It is such a grueling and long season because we start today at 3 here pretty soon.
3 o'clock will be the first practice.
Yeah, we'll start here pretty soon, and then we'll be rolling. And we go from now until the time changed last night,
Yeah.
and
Well,
we'll go
Saturday.
until the time changes again.
That's 6 months almost. Not quite 6. That's a 1, 2,
Seems
3,
like it's
4.
about 4.
I can show you my schedule. It's a good solid 4 months anyway.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm doing, Wabash. We'll talk about our schedule over the course of the show and over the course of the next few days. But we are covering, I think it was like 80 games this winter.
Oh, my word.
With girls and boys basketball. Of those, I'll be doing about 70.
Jeez.
I'm a saint.
You are.
You can say it.
St. Bruce. That's the next sandwich.
There you go. Look at the Philly cheesesteak and the St. Bruce sandwich. I love I think that's a wonderful idea. I tell you what, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back, talk a little bit more about the off season, as well as get into maybe the last year's team, and talk maybe a little bit about what to expect coming up this year with the Flora High School Wolves. That's Phil. I'm Bruce, back in a sec.
Hi, my name is Landon Carter, and I'm a financial consultant at Benjamin F. Edwards in Flora. Whether you're planning to send a loved one to school, preparing for retirement, or passing your wealth to the next generation, we have the knowledge and perspective to implement financial strategies that will help you move smoothly through life's transitions. Here at Edwards, our clients know that we are fully invested in their financial future. To find out more, Cole Duke and I invite you to give us a call at 618-508-8050. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mud hole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Okay, so Phil Leib is here. He's the Flora High School basketball coach. Phil, you let the kids take a little bit of time off, get away from basketball. Makes a ton of sense. You are one of the folk. I like this. Your opinion is, by golly, let the kids play other sports, aren't you? Don't just focus on one.
I am, because I think it does a couple of things. One, it helps them be a competitor. If you're a competitor, you're a competitor. If you're an athlete, you're an athlete. And it helps you to learn different motor skills. And I think that helps you as an athlete just in general. But more important, it helps you as a team and helps you as a person. I mean, you develop different camaraderies with different teammates. And, whether that transcends into football, into basketball, into baseball, into track, all that, it just kind of gels together. And we're in Flora. We don't have that plethora of athletes, so we have to be able to share athletes.
Yeah, well, I hadn't really thought about that part of it. You and I have talked about this quite a bit, about the different athletic skills that you can learn, because it's a different kind of running in football than it is in basketball, more short stopping and that kind of thing. But I hadn't really thought about the team dynamics, because in a huddle, in a football huddle, everyone is basically getting their skills, they know they're being told assigned what to do in a particular play. Whereas in a basketball huddle, probably 3/4 of the people there aren't even playing.
Exactly.
But they're able to they're watching the game, and they can help too, can't they?
They do, and they really help, because some of those guys that know what's going on, but they just don't have the skill set or athleticism to be out there on the floor, or they might be in foul trouble, and they're helping their teammates. Hey, listen, did you hear what he said? You need to seal that guy before you go cut, or you need to string in shape.
This number 43's left hand is really bad.
Be sure you're boxing him out. I mean, all those little things that, is so valuable, which parents don't see, the fans don't see, but coaches notice. We notice this immensely when it's not there.
Coaches notice, and if your player's paying attention, they see it too.
Absolutely. Yep. And it just helps. It helps you as a team, and it helps everybody, whether from the number 1 player, the number 15 player, they're all part of it, and they're all bought into it. And when they're all bought into it, it's a lot more fun. It's not a bunch of individuals.
With the season starting today, I know the last few years, you had 17 wins each of the last couple of years. Coming off of a COVID year that you might have been better off not playing the COVID year.
There were times I was like, not.
All right, I've got the picture. There, all right, we see all the 20s and stuff above it, and that's cool. And that's where you're trying to get back to on the win side, on the 20s side. You got 17 wins the last couple of years. But this is kind of emblematic, though, Phil, of how runs and like the athletic abilities, especially at a school the size of Flora, can move up and down, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you go through a season there where we had 5 really good years, then all of a sudden, and we were still competing well, and we still knocking door in 500, but it started slowly just descending, and it wasn't that you weren't getting kids out. You're still getting kids out. It just didn't have the quality of athletes, and we'd have some size, but it didn't have the athleticism to go with it, or we'd be awfully small, but didn't have the shooting ability to go with it. And you try to work that skill set and try to develop that skill set, but at the end of the day, a 5'8" guy going up against a 6'4" guy on
it makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
It makes a big difference. Tell me a little bit about your numbers in the coming year. Let's talk a little bit about, before I get to the numbers, let's talk a little bit about the 2023 squad, the 22-23 squad. You ended up pulling 17 wins, and it was I think may not have reached all your goals, but you reached some of them, didn't you?
We did. Yep. Number one is you want to get above 500.
Yeah.
And you want to shoot for 20, because if you shoot for 500, if you don't get it, now you're below.
Yeah.
So you want to aim a little bit higher. And we was just a couple games short of that 20 mark, which is kind of that threshold you want to bust through. We want to compete for the conference championship, and I think we ended up getting second, tied for second, and we gave Carmine all they wanted at their place. They were just unheard of. But we competed in the Vandalia tournament well, and we competed over at the Carlisle tournament well. So, and we get to postseason. You want to win your first game, and then we ran up against a good athletic Robinson team, and
almost not quite buzzsaw, but a pretty good Robinson
team.
squad.
Yeah.
But last year you're losing some good players. You had some injury problems over the course of the year too, though.
We did, and we had last year's group was one of the closest group of team I had, and that's from the bench to the starters. I mean, those guys, they just like spending time with each other, on and off the floor. They had what they called Mexican Monday, so they do that after each practice on Mondays, and that was a lot of fun.
So National Nacho Day would have been
right in with him. Nacho Monday.
There you go.
Today's Mexican Monday.
I love it.
So Ethan Dury, Riley Bullard, Jacob Stafford, Malachi Tolliver, it's your day today. It's Nacho Monday, Mexican Monday.
Except they're not around, to enjoy it.
No, they're not. But yeah, you're right. We did have an injury with Malachi, hurt his hand on the plasma torch. And that's just devastating. I mean, because he is such.
Well, Malachi was having a good year.
He was having a great year, averaging a double-double.
Yeah.
And he, if anything, in Malachi, is probably too unselfish. I really felt, and we really tried to coach him to get the ball to the rim more.
You can see that in football season too.
Yeah.
Whenever now we're talking last year's football. But when Tolliver decided to run, really good things happened.
Yeah.
For that football team last year. Now, okay, so those boys. It's another year. It's a new year. You're having to. Who are your seniors you're going to depend upon this year?
That's a great question. So, I mean,
we haven't had practice yet.
We had some open gyms, and we had summer, and I've watched these kids since they're in 4th and 5th, 6th grade. They've been, this group of seniors, one thing they love is basketball. That's been their primary sport, and that's what they do. So we're excited about that. But we're excited about,
I tell you, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll talk a little bit about the planned on roster.
Yeah.
When we come back. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here along with Phil Leib. We are talking about Flora's basketball season. The Wolves, I also left up there. Look at that down there at the bottom. 1,662 wins.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a ton of wins. They're looking to build on that this season. We'll be back right after this on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back after this. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Phil Leib is here. He's the head coach. Have things changed in the 20-plus years you've been coaching? There have been a few changes, haven't there?
Yeah. Yeah, there has. And biggest change is you've gotten away from post-oriented offenses to more guard-oriented offenses. Every year people want to run up down the floor, but Coach Welch always told me it comes down to half-court defense, half-court offense, and that's really primarily true. But the half-court offensive segment has changed in a sense that it's a lot of dribble drive, a lot of create on your own. And so what you see as the NBA is now filtered down to even a high school level.
Well, that's the thing. That is the one thing that is prevalent at your practices that you'll see at a Phil Leib high school practice that you won't see at a ton of practices. You've got somebody dedicated to teaching big man moves.
Yes.
You're very fortunate, you realize.
Oh, absolutely.
And Curtis comes in.
Every Wednesday he comes in, and he is so good with those guys, and he just takes it down to the bare minimum, the very basic, as far as the act of posting up and getting post is all about angels, and that's what Curtis will tell you. It's all about angels. Curtis would it'd been nice to have somebody his size.
Well,
these umpteen years, but that's okay. But he did something with it.
I think I told you this last year during the season, but I was walking in there. We were setting up for a girls' game, and I saw him teaching somebody the power dribble.
Yeah.
And I see practices all the time. Nobody does that anymore, do they?
No.
I mean, you can
It's
go to
just-
different schools and not see that.
And kids are really not comfortable playing with their back to the basket. They want to be facing the basket. And so when Curtis comes in, he gets them more comfortable as far as how to handle contact, how to play with your back to the basket. Because I said how to create an angle. So once you got an angle, then you got an opportunity. Once you have an opportunity, you can either score or you get into the line.
At what point do you think about, now you've been doing this, let's see, 23 years now. You're like
Here at Flora.
Yeah, here at Flora. Yeah, before that you were at
8 years at Henry.
Yeah. Wow. Golly, over 30 years there.
I know.
How's that possible when you just turned 40?
I don't know. They let me start at 12 years old.
Wow, that's insane. At what point, though, do you become, especially having your brother in there helping coach the kids? And I mean, I'm not meaning to belittle Todd or any of the rest of the coaches, but at what point do you guys become the outlier? The odd duck team where you still try to play to the post as opposed to everybody else playing to the guard?
That's a good question. I mean, that's a very thought-provoking question. I think I've always tried to play within our strengths.
Yeah.
I've never been that coach as far as, we're going to run.
You're not going to try to fit a square peg into a round hole.
No, if we have a post-oriented offense and we got some post, I'm going to run that. But if we are just a bunch of guards, we were a few years ago. I mean, I'm not going to run a post-oriented offense.
Right.
I may run people in and out of a post, but not necessarily just to back somebody down the post and let them just camp there and let them sit there. So, to be an outlier, I think we still like to be able to get the ball inside. Now, whether that's through cuts or that's through a drive, it's kind of accomplished the same thing. But it's just doing a different way of getting there. And, you're still trying to go to DQ, but maybe instead of going down Main Street, you're going down.
Going up Logan or something.
Oh, yeah.
Upstate.
Yeah. Blue Mountain Road. Maru.
Yeah, there you go. Blue Mountain. Got to get Larry there.
So you're still trying to accomplish the same goal. It's just a matter of how you get in there. So.
Well, that makes some sense. But the thing, I guess the reason I'm harping on that is because you'll see the occasional team in Southern Illinois. I mean, let's call it what it is. The occasional team in Southern Illinois will have a big man who can take care of business, like the kid at Casey a couple of years ago. That
T-Town.
T-Town has more than one.
Yeah.
T-Town.
Yeah.
They'll have more than one. They'll have big. Mount Carmel has been a team.
Yes.
But Mount Carmel, they would continue to play the guard related. They weren't playing those kids really in the post when Mount
they
Carmel
didn't
was
really have
going.
a high-low situation going on because what would happen, and Coach Buss did a good job with it, running kids in and out. But if you just leave a guy there in the high or in the low, you're going to get double team.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to shift your offense. That way, it's harder to double team and know where the double team is coming from. And what helps a good post player is good shooters.
Yeah, that's going to help. That opens things wide open.
Yes, absolutely.
For the post, doesn't it?
Yes.
That's fascinating conversation. Tell me who's coming back this year. Neil Young was a starter.
Neil Young, 3-year starter. We expect great things from him. He's super athletic.
How healthy is Neil?
Right now he's healthy. I know.
Don't say right now.
I know. First week of open gym, it hurt his shoulder, and like, oh man. But he's powered through that. His knee is still questionable at times, but it's just going to continue to bother him. But he plays through it. He does a good job with that. Neil just brings a different type of energy when he's engaged. He's really engaged.
Neil's been fun to watch over. I mean, he has, even as a sophomore, the kid has like a sense where the ball's going to go. Great defender.
Yes.
Steps in the way of the pass.
He does. He anticipates real well, and that's hard to teach. I mean, that's really is. The more you coach, the more you realize that.
Yeah.
But the thing with Neil is we got to find him ways to get more touches inside. He likes to be out on the perimeter and then attack. So we're trying to continue to work on that. Trevor Johnson, a phenomenal player, 6'1" senior, borderline 6'2". Got just an athletic body. He's going to step into that leadership role, also probably one of our leading scorers role. Has really worked hard in his outside game. He was a grid shooter for us last year, but even better this year as far as mid-range and off the dribble. Lawson Spicer, Trevor started last year. Lawson started at times last year as well, especially when Malachi got hurt.
Yeah, Lawson was the nice option off the bench. He came in off the bench before Malachi was hurt and was just he was automatic threes.
Yeah, he gave us a different level as far as consistency offensively. That's one thing I'm excited about is I feel like there's not one or two, even two people you got a key on to shut Flora down. I think we got 3 or 4 scorers out there at a time that can give teams a lot of fits. But Lawson, super athletic. I mean, he's just quick. He is explosive. He can shoot it.
He's his father's boy.
He is, and we're excited about him. He's just super kid. They're all super kids. Tyler Conrad, junior last year, saw a little bit of varsity minutes, a little bit, but great shooter. You can't leave him open, otherwise he's gonna drill it. Garrett Patridge played a lot of varsity last year as a sophomore, just because he gets the things done defensively. Not a great scorer, but we hopefully get a little bit more out of him. We just asked Garrett just to be a threat. If you can be a threat, that way they not so quick to go double Trevor or Neil, especially if Garrett's out there and doing what he needs to do. But he's getting some screws out. Got that out last on the 31st.
Wow.
He had both hip surgeries, and he played through football with that. So he got set.
Gutsy.
So he is. He's just gutsy. He's going to set a couple weeks, get that healed, and after that he'll be ready to go. But in the meantime, we're going to expect Quinn Eubanger, a 6'3" senior, to step up. Post player, and he's that guy that likes to play with his back to the basket, likes to create angles. He's kind of our physical guy. We got to limit his as far as decision making to within just quick decisions. I mean, he is sometimes one thing we struggled with last year. The ball would stagnate, and we just got to keep that ball moving.
That's the thing. Even if you make a wrong decision, at least you're doing something.
Yes,
you're making the decision. A good thing can still come out of a bad decision. You might get fouled.
Yeah.
Granted, I hope you don't turn the ball over, but it's a possibility.
Some years just shoot it before we turn it over. At least we have a chance.
That's exactly right. I tell you what, let's do. We're going to talk about the rest of the roster when we come back, and we'll talk about the schedule. We're already blowing through this show. I can't believe it. We're going to talk about the schedule, anybody new on it, and we're shooting several games for Flora. Talk about that after these. We'll be back here after these words on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey with Phil Leib. Back in a sec.
Fashion is our passion at Carnaby Square. We specialize in customer service and have since 1980. Our multi-generational boutique features your favorite on-trend to classic Famous Maker fashions, footwear, accessories, and a massive inventory of Brighton. So come, relax, explore, and elevate your look with us. Everyone is welcome, where we always wrap it, tag it, and bag it for free at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Yeah, that's now they might have trouble getting one for next year. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Phil Leib has joined. He is the Flora High School basketball coach, and we were talking about the makeup of the squad this year and the roster, and I think I cut a few people off, didn't I? They had a few other kids going to be part of the rotation.
I think we got some guys going to be a big part of the rotation. My nephew Jaden, Leib, Jason's boy, and Jason Leslie. Sorry, Leslie. Jason's Leslie's boy. She'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jaden's 6'5" southpaw.
You better watch out at Thanksgiving dinner.
I know. But, anyway, he had a good summer, and he's really worked hard to get better and put himself in a position to really be a big contributor for us with that. And it's nice to have some size off that coming off the bench. Kyler Dennis, I think, is going to help as well. Sophomore who just puts in the time. He's not real big yet. He's still about 5'10", still growing into his body, but man, he's probably one of the better shooters in the program, as a sophomore. He's just a headsy player, loves the game, just passionate about the game. So that's about our 8. Have you
had anybody over the course of the winter or the last summer or spring come in like 4, 5, 6 inches taller?
No. Isom Lusk, last year he grew, but this year he grew even more. He's about 6'5" as well. Last year he's about 6'2", 6'3". He started school this year. He's about 6'5", and he's a sophomore. Again, he's about a year or two away from, Well,
for that matter, you're talking about Newsom growing into his body.
Yes.
If you're going from 6'2" to 6'5", it takes a little time then, too.
It does. A lot of coordination there.
A lot of coordination issues. Okay, and the schedule alters from time to time, and you get a chance. You mentioned the Kaskaskia tournament. Who are we expecting at the Kaskaskia tournament? Who's going to be good there?
Well, Pinckneyville's going to be good again. They got a new coach with Matt Lauer. So it's going to be.
Matt Lauer moved to Pinckneyville?
He did. He left Freeburg, went to Pinckneyville.
I can't believe it. Well, I guess I can believe it.
Oh, so he'll be running.
That's a great program.
It is.
He left a good program, though, to get the.
So they'll be running that flex. They'll be running that tight flex like Jerry Shirley used to run. He'll have about 30 sets that we won't be prepared for. Because we have one. We don't have a practice prepared for.
That's the thing. You've got 2 major college basketball players on the sidelines at that game.
Yeah.
Will you and Lauer, will you like help him do a little one-on-one out there?
He'd probably have it.
You'd be backing up.
I'll just shoot it. My driving days are over. So I think they're probably the heavy favorite. But in our side of the bracket, we open up with Woodlawn, which they'll be better. They'll be improved. Got the Raleigh kid. They got another kid move in from I think Bluford. Is going to help them. And Coach Cooper, I think, did a good job. I think that's his name. Did a great job with those guys getting playing hard. Then we have Oakville on a Tuesday. And they were huge last year. I mean, they went about 6'5", 6'6", 6'4".
What's in that Nashville area, man?
It is. I don't know. But and then that's Tuesday. Then that Wednesday we have Pinckneyville. Then we'll wait the winner on the other side, which is Greenville, Hillsboro, Carlisle, and charter school.
Yeah.
There's a charter school. So
that's the cool part about that tournament, though. You get to see a lot of teams that don't play around here.
No.
I mean, you're playing teams that, from here to Pinckneyville, you're looking at an hour and a half to 2 hour drive, hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Same thing to Greenville or something. Maybe not quite that far to Greenville, but that's a good opportunity.
It is.
To play schools that you're. But we will be there for the opening of the season. Tell me about opening night. Why did you do this?
Well, I guess I'm a masochist. I just enjoy the game because I tell you, it's just you want to
play the best.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
That's right.
It really is.
Lawrenceville's coming in, ladies and gentlemen.
Lawrenceville's coming in. They lose one starter from last year's phenomenal team.
Last year, they get 30 wins, 30
close to it. Yeah. Played T-Town tough until the last fourth quarter. They're in the sectional championship.
Yeah.
So I mean, they
lost one kid, and actually, if I recall, he was like the 5th starter.
Yeah.
He wasn't their top guy.
Yeah, I mean, hate to be non-essential, but they have 3 or 4 that's going to fill that void pretty quickly. We're
going to have this game on TV. One of 7 games we'll have for Flora for the Wolves on television. I'm telling you, though, this was the one you might want to go in person.
I think so.
And you don't want to hurt your neck. because they're going to be going like this.
Yes.
Lawrenceville moves.
They do, and that's fun. They're fun,
It's
to,
fun
watch,
to watch.
Because Coach Bishop does a great job with that. And you think the old school, man, they slow it down. Not with Lawrenceville. They if they're making more than 3 passes, that's too many.
Yeah.
But they have the athletic and the skill set to be able to do that. But sometimes they can shoot themselves into the game. Sometimes shoot themselves out of a game. But they have a post player inside that always keeps them in the game.
Yeah.
And he is just a tough matchup for anybody.
That's going to be good. Other non-conference, and you've played Newton most every year. Mount Carmel, you've got Mount Carmel State. You stuck with Mount Carmel.
Yep.
I love at the end of the year you've picked up. Tell me about Belleville Althoff.
Well, again, we're in the twilights of our career, my brother Greg and I, and right now I'm 1-0 against him. And that
Wait a minute.
I don't.
Why in the world are you giving him a
I know,
shot?
right, Bruce? I know, because I'm the nice brother.
I guess so. I can't believe you're giving him a shot.
So anyway, we moved some things around with our schedule, and we end up dropping Onley, which I love playing Rob. He's always done such a great job over there at Onley Tigers, Rob Flanagan, and he's a good friend, a coaching comrade as well. But Greg had an opportunity. He said, hey, let's play. Okay, let's play. So we're going there this year. Next year, he's coming to our place. And, Lord willing, may go out together. I don't know, but we should have done it a couple years ago because they weren't very good. And I think we had a really good chance.
He's had some really good teams.
He has.
He's had some. Oh, yeah. You should have brought Bradley Beal or whoever. E.J. Liddell.
Jordan Goodwin, who's playing for the Washington Bullets.
Yeah, that would have been kind of fun. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. But, so that'll be fun. And it'll be a different culture over there, different environment for our kids that they don't get to see.
No, that's true.
We used to play Madison all the time, but I got to a point we just didn't do it. Well, basically, we only won one game in 10 years, so I was like,
it's kind of time to give that up.
Yeah. So
Vandalia tournament. Tell me about
Vandalia tournament. Going to be super competitive. I think we should be up there in the top 4 teams. I really do. I think Greenville's going to be good. They got a lot of guys coming back. We'll see.
So you get Greenville in both tournaments.
Good to see them in both tournaments. And then Shelbyville returns everybody but one player, and they're huge, and they're having a good run of football, I think.
Too bad you don't get to play them in November then.
I know. Yeah, let's do it now. So, but have them and and Vandalia got a new coach, so they'll be in.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I mentioned Mount Carmel. They have a new coach, don't they?
They do. Carpenter kid was their state-run team. Jacob. I think it's Jacob Carpenter has ended up taking over them. So I'm sure they're going to run a lot of stuff that the former coach used to run with Jacob and his tendencies with that, and so he'll do a good job. But you got a learning curve.
Yeah, I'm not meaning to leave out South Central. We're going to be doing that game too. South Central.
Yep.
Coach Doring always puts together a team with speed.
They'll be solid.
They try hard.
They lost a lot, and
they lost the Dodson boy and they lost Watwood.
A couple of those guards. They got 2 players coming back. Going to be okay. And
the left-handers were gone too.
Yep. And but they had a JV player that was just as solid as anybody. Probably played at most varsity schools, most varsity teams, but they had the Dodson ahead of him with that. So that's going to be a challenge. And we moved that Newton game from December to February. Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't have that one good.
Yeah. So that
is that now you had an open date in January.
It's still open.
It's still open. Okay.
So that Friday before regionals. All right, we no longer play regionals on Saturday anymore. That Friday before regionals is that Newton game.
Oh, really?
Yep. So we'll have Belleville Altoff on that Saturday, Fairfield on that Tuesday,
and then we've got the Fairfield game. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
and Newton's going to be good.
See, I thought when did they change the regionals off of Saturday again?
This year.
About time. That was a silly.
Thank you, IHSA.
Thank you very much, IHSA, for taking that, for expanding the regionals again. That makes, why'd they do that? Just to.
I don't know. I don't care. I've only got a few more years. I really don't care.
Get him in trouble.
because sometimes we got people up there that it looks good on paper. Oh, that makes a lot of sense until it actually comes to fruition. And now you have all these schools scrambling for referees.
Yeah, no kidding.
They go to all these different places, and now you got some teams, some schools like Newton's perhaps or Flora perhaps hosting a regional has to go somewhere else to play
in the play game.
Then gets beat and don't even get to play in their own regional.
Oh, but then you have to host your own regional. That's a lot of fun.
Great.
I can tell you have an opinion on that. The second hour of the show will cover the opinion. Phil's opinion. All right, tell me about the North Egypt North Egypt. Oh gosh, don't tell me about the North Egypt. Tell me about the Black Diamond East Conference. Is it going to be Carmi and 5 Little Dwarves, or what do we got going here? What do you think?
I think so. I mean, I think Carmi's a heavy favorite.
Carmi's a really good team.
They are really good. They got a good nucleus back. They lost a lot with the big kid inside and Gomer.
Yeah.
I mean, those two did a lot for them, but they have a lot of scoring coming back, so they'll be tough to beat. And I think Fairfield they'll be competitive. I think Edwards County is going to be a sleeper. I think they have everybody but maybe 2 guards come back, but they had a great nucleus coming.
Hamco's got a sophomore. Remember that kid as a freshman last year, scored like 25 in the JV game here in Flora?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to remind you of that.
No, I remember that. They have 27. He's got 25 of them. I wonder who's going to take this last year.
That's what it was. And then El Dorado, who we won't talk about. How about that? We're doing the El Dorado Flora game, by the way. We are picking that up in February. So hopefully there's no shenanigans at the sideline like there were in I'm just teasing, folks. There's not going to be any shenanigans. No, absolutely nothing like that. All right. It's going to be a ton of what are the rule changes this year?
Oh, yeah. Great question, Bruce. So this year, folks, there is no more double bonus. Everything's double bonus. There's no one-on-one.
No one-on-one.
No one-on-one. Everything's double bonus.
And it's quarters, isn't it?
It's quarters. So after the 15th foul, the opposing team is shooting 2 free throws. And then it resets at the beginning of each quarter. So
that's a huge change that folks you're not seeing in college basketball, of course, because it's half. Yeah. So if you're watching the college or if you're watching the pros, they haven't had that kind of change.
And the reason for the rule change is, ready, to cut down on knee injuries, rebounding in the free throw lane. Now, Bruce, I've been coaching a long, long time, and watch, it's probably going to happen this year. But you got to talk to athlete trainers. You talk to anybody. They can't remember the last time someone's been injured.
Is that really what the change is for?
That's what we were told.
I don't know. That's the International Federation had something. They clearly had. Oh my gosh!
The good book says we are to submit to authorities. So
I guess it does. That's the thing. If you choose not to submit to it, they're still going to do it.
That's right. That's right. It's all about your attitude.
If you tell the referee, "No, that's wrong," he said, "No, that's right." That's I'm not listening to you anymore. Phil, thank you so much for coming up here.
It's always a pleasure.
Always a good time. And best of luck to the Wolves this season. We got them 7 times.
Awesome.
7 times this year to start with. That's before regionals. Hopefully we get them a regional, sectional, state. Who knows?
Hey, 7 is a biblical number. It means perfect completion.
There you go.
So hopefully we get some perfection this year.
See y'all next time. Have a great day.
Thank you.